And also, what are you asking us to do besides just vote? I'm just curious. What does it mean? What do you feel it means to be a citizen?
I'm glad to answer all three of those questions.
Thanks.
Are you stealing? I'm going to say the last one you asked. I'm going to say that to the very end. It's my last pitch. So again, I'm going to say that. The other two. There's a direct interaction between attacking global warming and dealing with the issue of poverty. When we make the transformation from a carbon-based fuel economy to a green economy, we should create at least a minimum of 1 million new jobs. Those jobs, if we do it right, those jobs will be for good pay, with health insurance, with pension protection, assuming we don't have universal health care, which we have every intention of having, so that people can earn a decent living. And we can put those jobs in the places where the jobs are needed the most. Areas of high concentration of poverty, in rural areas, in urban areas. It makes all the sense in the world. On the fashioning the treaty issue, you know, the starting place is America's got to clean up its act. I mean, we're a terrible example right now, and not the only thing we're a terrible example of under Bush, but we are a terrible example. And what we need to do is, in my judgment, is we got to bring our carbon emissions down by at least 80% by the year 2050, and got to invest in these clean, renewable sources of energy, making the polluters pay. That generates the revenue to do it. And let me just mention a couple things that are important to Jackson and Bonnie, important to me. There is actually a difference. This gentleman down here was asking about me and Senator Obama, telling me that he saw a difference between us. But this is an issue on which we have a difference. And Senator Clinton. I differ with the two of them because I do not favor building more nuclear power plants. Reasons for it, including waste, no safe way to dispose of the waste, the danger they create, the extraordinary cost associated with getting one online. They make no sense, so I'm against them. In fact, I'm actually for putting a moratorium on the building of any more coal-fired power plants until investing and working on. And if I can just mention one last thing. Also, we desperately need a president who will ask Americans to be willing to sacrifice, to be patriotic and have something coming to the world. That's the only way ultimately we're going to solve this problem. Now, what that means is America starts to clean up its act. And if we have a president, I mean, look at what Al Gore just has done. Really, it's an amazing thing what he's done. I was thinking about this the other day, watching George Bush and Al Gore. Did you see when Gore went to the White House? And I was thinking back to that terrible day back in 2000 when the United States Supreme Court decided that George Bush would be president. You notice I didn't say the American people. The United States Supreme Court decided that Bush would be president. And I was looking at the two of them side by side and thinking to myself, well, who's more admired now? Because you look at what Gore has done, he has shown such extraordinary leadership. And when he went to the international conference, what was it, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, and spoke out, I think he put enormous pressure on the Bush administration, and they capitulated. They changed. So I think the answer to your question is, if we have a president who is leading America in the right direction in an aggressive way, because I do believe climate change is a crisis, leading us in the right direction, and working in a really intense way to forge an international agreement. The tricky part is going to be China. China's got to be part of it. You know, they're in a great race with us to be the worst polluter on the planet. And they're building more than one coal-fired power plant a week. None of them are scrubbed. And so we've got to work with them and make certain that they have the technology to be able to make the transition, because they have to be part of a global solution. Those are the things I do.